Happy Valentine's Day, huh? February 14th. I always loved this holiday. I think it goes back to when I was a kid and we got to make our Valentine boxes. It was a huge deal. We set aside time every day. It seemed like for so long. We had all these craft supplies, endless craft supplies. We'd bring a shoebox to school and decorate that and just hope we'd get Valentines from that special boy or that special girl that we really had our eye on. And then I remember the red hearts against the snowy backdrop here in Ohio. Like today we have some snow, so I like that contrast. So today we will focus on the heart. And in yoga, we have chakras. The 7 main chakras in the body. So these are energy vortexes that really actually correspond neurologically with some physical structures in the body, interestingly enough. We won't get into that today. But the heart chakra is the 4th. It's right where the heart space is. It's halfway between the 3 chakras above and the 3 below. The 3 below are more earth, more physical, more grounding chakras. The 3 above are more ethereal, more spiritual, more heavenly kind of chakras. Yin and yang energy, yin being earth, yang being the sky. It's a very simplified explanation. We can have too much of either. That heart space can help us balance yin and balance yang. There are actually neurons within the heart that connect directly to the brain and help the brain respond to feelings of the heart. I could talk about the heart all day. I used to work in cardiology, so the heart holds a special place in my heart. Let's lie down on our back and get started. So you can bet your bottom dollar that almost every yoga class in the whole world today is focusing on the heart, on the heart chakra. So as you come to your back, bend your knees, adjust your leggings. If you're like me, you need to scoot them up a little bit. And walk your feet wide, left and right edges of the mat, and let your knees come together. Come to the breath now. Starting with your hands down here on your belly, these lower chakras. Feel the rise and fall of the belly as you inhale and exhale. Now notice your shoulder blades. I want you to lift one shoulder at a time and tuck those shoulder blades. And perhaps a visual of those shoulder blades feeling like hands supporting your heart. Feel the back of the head. Let's gently roll the head from side to side. And then take one hand or both to the heart. Right there in the middle, between the 3 lower chakras and the 3 higher chakras. What does it feel like to breathe into this space, breathing into the heart? Just notice. It can evoke emotions. A sense of joy, even a sense of sorrow, pain, happiness. Just see what comes up for you, if anything. Sometimes we close off our hearts and just the awareness of that heart center kind of startles those emotions. And we get a release, and that's a gift. Whatever comes up for you, look at it as a gift and just let it go, let it go, let it go. And release the hands down to the floor beside of you. Let's heel toe the feet in line with the hips. And awareness now in the low back. So as you inhale, we're going to lift the belly button up towards the sky. Feel that arc in the spine. And exhale, let's press the low back into the mat. Maybe even a gentle lift of those sit bones, just a little. Inhale, an arc in the low back, lifting the belly. And exhale, pressing the low back into the mat. Maybe even an upward curl of the tailbone and the sit bones. Keep going in that way, expanding the movement. Noticing with the inhale, as you bring that arc up a little higher on the spine, the heart lifts a bit. And then exhale, the hands are still back there to support your heart as you press the spine into the mat. Maybe lift the hips just a wee bit. And some flexion and extension of the spine, just gently, very supported. Tying our movement with breath. As you keep moving this way with the breath, waking up the body, I want you to consider a couple of affirmations, a couple of mantras for our practice today. Maybe today we forgive ourselves for mistakes that we've made. And maybe today we direct love and light into our own heart. Forgiving yourself for mistakes that you've made. Learning from those mistakes. And directing love and light into your own Anahata Chakra, into the heart. So let's broaden this movement, the breath's a little deeper. Maybe as you exhale now, you lift the hips a little higher, coming into just a gentle bridge. And then exhale, bring the back down. Inhale, lifting the hips. Now on this exhale, I want you to come down slowly, and this takes some awareness. In my body it does. So it's almost like you're starting to do a crunch as you come down. So each vertebrae lands on the mat, and finally you come down to the low back, the sacrum. And then lifting again into a bridge. Let's do that one more time. Bring awareness to the descent. One vertebrae at a time. And it gets a little stuttery here in my body. Trying to connect my brain with each of those vertebrae back there. And now bend your elbows. Let the palms of your hands face each other and bring the elbows kind of tight towards the ribs. We're going to lift up into our bridge. Before we try to go any higher, lift the back of your head, tuck your chin a wee bit, reach through the crown of the head and lay the head down. Now feel that space you've provided for the neck. As you inhale, I want you to see if you can lift higher, pressing into the upper arms, into the elbows, into the heels, reaching the knees away. Breathe up and down the spine, that nice arc, almost like a roller coaster. Feel this heart opening. Feel the support of the shoulder blades cradling your heart from behind. As you exhale, again, focus one vertebrae at a time. And it helps me maybe to shift awareness to my low ribs and my upper pelvis, coming into a really slow crunch. And then the spine just follows. As you land, reach with that tailbone. Exhale, release the arms down to the sides. Let's pause here and notice sensations in the body. Maybe sensations in the heart. The energy, perhaps emotions. Now reach long. Let's take a nice, long, good morning stretch. Wake up all the muscles, maybe even a yawn here. And exhale, draw the knees to the chest. Maybe even a little crunch here. Inhale, reach long. And as you're reaching, try to reach and stretch every muscle in your body, maybe even a yawn, even if you just open your mouth and pretend. Sometimes one comes then. Exhale, a little crunch. One more time, inhale, reach long. Every muscle stretches. And exhale. This time just gently draw the knees up towards the chest and then slide them open towards the armpits here. And then bring the knees more towards the center. So a little gentle opening of the hips, starting some range of motion. And then take the knees together in one direction. Feel that nice massage of the low back. If you had the face of a clock on your mat, as you circle around here, could you tap each one of those numbers, reverse the direction. Now keep the knees hip distance apart, and we're going to float the feet down to the mat. Take your hands and push into your thigh bones. Feel that traction, especially in the low back. Feel that release. Keep breathing. On your next exhale, draw the knees into the chest again and take the hands behind the knees. We're going to rock up and down the spine. Let's do 6 times today. Trying to balance on the sit bone as you rise up, sit bones. And feel the heart coming forward and lifting up towards the sky. Two more for me. And once you arrive, plant your feet here, hip distance apart. I want you to take your hands behind you. Turn the fingers out. Feel those shoulder blades now coming towards the spine. And as you inhale, pinch those shoulder blades towards the spine a little deeper if you can. Tip the pelvis forward, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Breathe into the heart space. And then exhale, just soften and come back to our starting position. Let's do 2 more of those. On an inhale, we're lifting the heart, lifting the gaze, nice little back bend. And exhale, release. One more, inhale. And exhale. Now I've managed to get my feet off the mat, and for this next movement, I want my feet on the mat, so they're on something sticky. So I just shifted back. Everything else stays the same. Now this time, go beyond, if it feels okay for you, that just lifting the heart to lifting the hips, any amount, and then exhale. Let's come back down. Inhale, lift. Keep the gaze to the knees for now. Exhale, come down. Inhale, lift. This time, maybe we hold. Press down into the mat with the hands. Breathe. And now maybe imagine that I'm coming around and placing my hands right between your shoulder blades, right along the spine in a gentle lift. Now line your ears up over your shoulders. Reach through the crown of the head. Maybe you even feel my hand on the back of your head. And then slowly coming down again, exhale. And come up on the sit bones. You can keep the feet on the mat if you like, or maybe even try to balance here. Just curl up. As you draw the knees towards you, let the shoulder blades wrap forward. So now they're spreading towards the armpits. Feel that stretch between the shoulder blades. Breathe up and down the spine. Bring awareness to your heart center, but from the perspective of your back. Can you send your breath to the back of the heart? Inhale and exhale. And then release. Meet me in tabletop, hands and knees. When you arrive, wrists under shoulders, knees under hips, let's push the mat away. Inhale, shifting forward, feel that heart starting to reach forward through the gate of the arms, and then exhale, come back. Inhale, forward. And exhale, back. Inhale, forward. And then exhale, coming back either into child's, or you can bring your forearms down and come into kind of a happy puppy, let the head hang. And so this is often, I teach as a modification for child's, but this I'm really discovering I like this pose because of the traction I feel in the spine. So it's kind of a down dog, a supported down dog. Just feel the traction of the spine. So we're letting gravity open up some space in the spine. And on your next inhale, rise up. We're going to bring knees hip distance apart, if they're not already, walking towards the back of the mat. Tuck your toes, reach back there and tuck those toes under the feet. And then sit back on the heels. As much as you can. That can be really intense. So if you need to just play here a little bit, getting that nice stretch in the plantar surface, the sole of the feet. But if you can rise up on the heels, we're going to do our Tibetan Sun Salute. The sunrise is so pretty. It's nice and pink out there. Hands to heart center. Exhale here. Inhale, swing those hands up, come up onto the knees. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat. Walking forward. So this is Anahata asana. So it's heart pose. As you inhale, drop the heart down towards the earth. My arms are long. You can bring your forehead down to the mat and feel the placement of the heart. The heart now is facing the earth, a nice safe place to release all the baggage we carry around. And a nice place to draw in some prana, some life force energy, some yin energy from the earth. Remembering I forgive myself for my mistakes, I learned from them. I'm directing love and light into my heart. Coming to table, but round the back like a cat. Round the back. And then on an inhale, toes are already tucked. Let's lift up to down dog. It's our first down dog, so let's play a little bit here. Find some space. The rib cage surrounds the heart, protects the heart. Maybe with a little tail wag and shifting around here, we can bring some space to the outer ribs, like gills. Open them up. And then settle in for a moment of stillness in your down dog. You're still on the balls of the feet. Bend your knees a lot here. Let your head hang. And maybe you need to remind the muscles of the neck how to relax by shaking the head, yes. And then the crown of the head just hangs like a grape. Now we're going to come back down into table, but with that cat back. So ripple the spine as you let the knees float down. Inhale, reaching out. So this is our back bend. Anahata asana. Inhale, absorbing energy from the earth. As you exhale, slide or walk the hands to the knees. As you inhale, swing your arms out and up. Hands come together. Anjali Mudra. Exhale. Float the hands down to heart center. So we'll do a couple more We'll flow now. So we'll go breath to breath. I had you hold a couple of those. If you feel like holding again, that's fine. We'll do several. I'll talk you through one or two, and then we're just going to go with this. Come on to the balls of the feet. Take a couple breaths here, maybe even taking the hands and placing them over top of the heart. As you inhale, reach up onto the knees. Exhale, hands to the mat. Walking forward with the hands, Anahata Asana. Inhale. Exhale, table with the cat back. Inhale, downward facing dog. Exhale, back to the cat back. Inhale, Anahata Asana. Exhale, walk or slide the hands to the knees. On an inhale, feel that lift. Reach up, gather from the sky. Draw some of that yang energy down, that love and light to fill the heart. Again, inhale, reach up. And exhale. Inhale, arms long, Anahata Asana. Exhale, round the spine. Inhale, lift the hips, down dog. Exhale, cat back. Inhale, Anahata Asana. Exhale, hands to knees. Inhale, feel that reach and lift, that pranic energy. Exhale, draw that love and light to the heart. Keep going. Tie the movement with the breath. Enjoy each of these transitions. Let's do one more. All meet together, sitting back on the heels. Pause here and notice. Let's take the hands and place them over the heart. Send the breath to the heart. So the heart's connected to the air element. Feel that with the breath. Now fold forward here and come out onto your forearms. Butts up in the air, and then you're just going to slither forward, bringing the heart forward and slowly lowering the hips, arriving in Sphinx Pose. Now tap your feet on the mat so you know where they're at. Hip distance apart, tops of the feet are on the mat. Now feel the elbows, and if it feels a little awkward, adjust the elbows here until you feel that support. Spread the fingers wide. Take the gaze right down the tip of the nose. Stick the hands to the mat and pull the hands toward you. They won't move, so the heart is pulled forward and you can lift it up. And the gaze can go out a bit further, but resist the urge to really throwing the head back. So this is a gentle extension, a gentle back bend in the neck, all up and down the spine as well. Draw your pubic bone towards your low ribs here, so that crunch sensation again. And then check on the heart space. Can you draw it forward and lift it up a little bit more? Are you still breathing, drawing that air element into the heart space? 2 more breaths. Feel the heart open and lifted. Brave. It's kind of hard to put the heart out there on the line. Now exhale, let's float down, and I want you to take your hands and stack the hands and bring the forearms parallel to the edge of your mat. Usually at this point I invite you to separate the legs. Today I'd like you to try something different. I want you to bring your big toes to touch. So now we're going to bring the legs together and then let the heels roll out. Keep the forehead on the back of the hands. I'm going to keep mine lifted for the sake of the microphone. And every exhale, you're going to release, let go, relax. Noticing the heart resting against the earth. A safe place to let go of stuff. A safe place to open up and receive. Mother Earth, she's there to nurture you. I bring the tops of the feet once again to the mat. Bring the hands by the armpits. And let's press up into table. Tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Now take as many steps as you need to on this journey to the top of the mat. And when you arrive, plant your feet under your hips. And give yourself permission to allow that to be awkward, that trip to the top. Some people make it look easy. I've been doing yoga for a long time. It's never graceful for me. So bend the knees a lot, let your hips drop, let your head hang, let your arms hang. Now feel the support of the rib cage on the thighs. As you inhale and exhale, you'll feel sensation in the back of the heart, once again in the back body. So broaden through the back body, broaden through the heart. Keep the knees bent a lot, and we're going to round up 1 vertebrae at a time. And as you arrive, take the hands in front of the heart once again. Roll your shoulders up gently, back and down. So you find that Goldilocks spot where the shoulders are balanced, not too far forward, not too far back. Right there in the center, that balance. Breathe behind the hands into the heart. Release the arms down on an inhale, reach up. On an exhale, let's take the hands to the low back, so to the pelvis. Take the heel of the hand right at the wrist to the top of the pelvis. And we're going to push gently into the pelvis with the hands tipping the pelvis forward. And you can look at the side camera. This is an anterior tilt. Draw those elbows back. Feel that back bend developing already. Feel that heart opening. Feel the heart lifting. Look up. And maybe expand this back bend. Think of your spine as being the branch of a willow tree, so soft and supple. You can take that bend smoothly up and down that branch. And then on an exhale, we're just going to fold forward, slide those hands down the legs. Keep the knees bent as much as you need to. And then on an inhale, take your hands to your shins. Reach through the crown of the head. Extend through the spine. Maybe even sliding those hands up on the thighs like we did when we were on our back. Pushing the thighs back, reaching through the crown of the head. Feel the traction of the spine. On an exhale, folding forward, step back with your right foot. Drop the knee. Take your hands to your left knee. Push on that knee, rise up. Pause here. Hands to hips. Let's draw the left hip back. So the foot's stuck down, the knee's stuck down. So this is an isometric engagement. We're going to engage the muscles without producing movement. So drawing that hip back automatically, the right leg counters by pulling that knee forward. Feel that stabilization in the hips. Bring your arms down and take the hands to the low back again. Let's come into that bit of a back bend. And then drop the hands down, palms face forward. We're going to swing those arms back. Maybe the hips come forward and down. And then bring hands to heart again. Let's do that again. So perhaps a little movement in the pelvis, forward and down. As we come into this back bend. If you're feeling sensation like I am in the knee, lift the knee and drop to more of the top of the knee. You can even come to the top of the foot as opposed to the toes. Bring back and up, feel the heart lift. Offer it up. Hands to heart center. Let's do 2 more. So a little bit of a gentle practice today. We have to be gentle with the heart. And now we're going to fold forward. Hands to the inside of the left foot. Heel toe that foot over to the left. Maybe a little external rotation of the toes. I like to start circling through the hips here. And then a lizard pose. So forearms can come to blocks. You can play with just walking the arms out further ahead. Settle into this. If you want a little more heat, tuck the toes of the right foot, lift the knee. You rest the forehead on the thumbs. Push down into the forearms. Spread those shoulder blades wide again. Breathe into the back of the heart. So now the heart is the back of the heart facing the sky. And think about that. So opening up to that young energy, that father sky. Releasing all the stuff. And receiving all the light and love. 2 more breaths here. And then drop that right knee. If you lifted it, if you're using blocks, you can take them to the top of the mat. Bring the wrists underneath the shoulders. Tuck the toes of the right foot. Let's try to swing up into a 3-legged dog. Left leg's back and up. Bend the knee. Let's open the hips here. But don't let the shoulders spin. So reach more through that left arm. And we're going to ripple forward. Square the hips to the mat. And as you come forward, keep the knee bent, and we're going to bring the left knee to the right elbow, and then over to the left elbow, and then back up. Again, crossing over, left knee to right elbow, left knee to left elbow, and back up. One more time. And now this time I want you to bring that knee forward to the left elbow and slide it down to the left wrist. Maybe you bring the left ankle a little closer to the right wrist. Maybe you keep the heel close to your groin. Now slide on the ball of the right foot. Coming into pigeon. So you can stay here. In fact, let's take a little back bend here. My hands are firmly planted on the mat. Bend into the elbows a little bit and then pull the hands towards you. Let that bring the heart forward and up. Breathe. And if you want a little more, you can bend. I got to remember my left and right mirroring here. So you can bend the right knee, swing the left hand back there, find the ankle, find the foot, and then work to square the shoulders. Pushing the foot into the hand and resisting, letting that foot open up the left shoulder. Open up the front of the chest. And then without slingshotting that shin, let it go. And then crawling forward any amount again. Forearms can be on blocks. If you can come all the way down, feel free. You can also shift over onto that left hip a little bit if this is too intense. Breathe. Find your way back to downward facing dog. Pedal around here for a moment. Let's swing the left leg back and up. Left leg back and up, sorry. Well, I'm having troubles with my left and right today. Let's come to the top of the mat, or I'm going to screw this up. So let's come to the top of the mat, lift and lengthen halfway. So take the hands to the thighs again. And exhale, fold. Bend your knees a bit, let your arms hang, let your head hang. Let's round up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Inhale, swing your arms up, receive from the sky. Grab it with your hands. Exhale. Fill your heart with that love and light. Let's inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. Lift halfway. Now we're going to step back with the left foot. Here we go, I got it now. Drop the knee. And try to come to the top of the knee, more to the top of the kneecap. And then take hands to the right knee, rise up. Take the hands to the low back. Find your back bend here, drawing those elbows back. Now reach palms forward, and we're going to reach behind us. Bring the arms forward and up, hands come together. Exhaling, hands to heart. Inhale, shifting forward and down with the pelvis if that feels good in your body. Exhale, hands to heart. Let's do two more. Now folding forward, we'll find our lizard. I'll heel toe the right foot off to the right, a little external rotation. Do some circling through the hips. And then find your lizard. So maybe you're just walking the hands forward as you drop the chest lower. Maybe your forearms can come to the mat, or maybe you need the blocks. If you want a little more, tuck the toes of the left foot, push, and lift the heel, or lift the knee. Breathe. And then exhale, lower, coming into a three-legged dog. Right leg back and up. Bend the knee and stack the hips. Reach strong through that right arm. And then we'll do our three-legged dog into three-legged plank. So keeping the knee bent, we're going to take right knee to left elbow and swoosh it over to the right and then back up. And two more times. Forward, across, over, and up. Forward, across, over. Keep it on the right elbow. Lower the knee behind the right wrist. Slide back on the left foot. Coming into your version of pigeon. I've got my elbows bent a bit. I'm going to pull the mat towards me. Feel that, pull the heart forward and lift. Offer the heart up. Bring the gaze forward, bend the left knee. This seems like the same leg I reached for the last time. I've really screwed up my left and right today. And breathe. And then coming down in your pigeon. It can't be though, because I shifted onto the other side. Maybe it's just my brain that's all twisted today. Maybe I'm hanging out in my heart too much. And breathe. Remember, you can shift over onto the right hip a little bit here, a little or a lot. Now come to your hands and find your way to child's pose. So this can be wide-kneed child's pose. It can be happy puppy. Just get the heart facing the earth and breathe. And then walk your way to the top of the mat and find Sukhasana. We're going to take our final pose today in a seated position, so a little bit of a seated meditation. I'm going to be in Sukhasana. You can always prop yourself up a little higher on some blocks, on a cushion, or choose another seat. Once again, notice the breath. Cup your hands over your knees, and then let your shoulders go. Feel the heaviness in the elbows. Lifting gently through the crown of the head. Inhale to take that yang energy from the sky, drawing that energy through the crown chakra into the heart. And on your exhale, releasing anything that just doesn't need to take up residence in the heart. Let it go. You don't even have to know what it is. Let it go. Now shift your awareness to your sit bones and the space between the sit bones, the perineum, the root chakra. Feel that connection to the earth, to the yin energy, Mother Earth. As you inhale, you're drawing that light and love from the earth into the heart space, into the heart center. In Tai Chi, Qigong, Chinese medicine, we call that the middle dantian. As you exhale, on the out breath, release anything that no longer serves. Remembering our mantras. I forgive myself for my mistakes. I learn from them. I'm directing love and light into my own heart today. Healing my heart. So the love and light that I can offer to those around me is unfeathered, pure love and light. Inhale and exhale. Feel that air bathing the heart. Take the hands and begin to just circle them around the knees. Maybe fluttering the eyes open and closed a few times. The breath deepens. Maybe a couple cat-cow gently through